All right, welcome back to the final video of the whole development course, right? So up until now, we have learned everything that we needed to learn in a web development. We've built an app and we've implemented CRUD procedures in that app, and we have done a lot of things, right? We have learned a whole lot of things, and now is the time to actually implement those things and get whatever reward you were here for, right? So in this video, I'm going to introduce the final project to you and how you can share it with me, right? So, all right. So what you have to make is a social media app, right? So of course, I'm not expecting you to make artificial intelligence and ML based apps, right? That's definitely not what I can expect. And I'm not expecting you to make something as complex as Instagram or Facebook, right? I'm just expecting you to have these things, right? These are the basic requirements that are must. If any one of these is, if even one of these is missing, then you'll have to add that, and only then will your project be verified and you will get a certificate, right? So these are the requirements. I want it to be decently styled. Now you might, it is your option. You can take inspiration from some already present site. I do not have a problem with that, and it should just be decently styled. And when I look at it for the first time, I should feel like I'm looking at something really good, right? So styling, it will definitely be a matter, right? And this will be I'll be seeing subjectively, not I'll be seeing it will depend case to case. If you make something which is a little innovative, then you'll most probably get through with it. And this might seem when I'm introducing the requirements that this is a little difficult to get through, but let me tell you, all those things will be really easy because you will have full access to internet, full access to all resources that you want. You will have access to all the videos that have been uploaded till now. It's your choice if you want to refer back. So it's basically all up to you, whatever you want to do, right? As long as you implement all these functionalities, then we are good to go, right? So you could go to some pre-made things. You could go to the already social media sites that we have. You could take inspiration from them. You could go to www.bootstrapmade.com and you could take inspiration from there, right? So mix a lot of things and try to make something of your own, right? And innovative definitely has more points. Then you need to have a like comment feature. So basically, this is the first feature, adding a post feature with caption. So you should be able to add a post. This is something like Instagram, right? So I'm aiming to get something like Instagram here. So adding a post feature with a caption should be present. There should be liking and commenting feature on the particular post, and they should be displayed in a good enough manner, right? And I wouldn't mind if there are one or two comments and there's a link to open all of the comments on a separate page. That will be perfectly fine for me, right? I won't mind that. Next is the profile feature. So I want you to give a user profile to every person that's logging in on your site, and an option to see that profile and change that, right? Connect with people functionality. So this is something that is actually a must in any social media app. And on Instagram, you have followers and following. You have, on Facebook, you have friends. Twitter, you have followers, and so on for all the other things. So you need to have a similar kind of thing in your site too. And I just want people to be connected on your site. It's your choice however you do it. So all the things that I've said here, they're actually just the really basic of any social media app, and it's your choice if you want to innovate with them. I don't want to specifically stick to one kind of social media app that we have been seeing for a long time. It's your choice. Make anything you want. Make anything that you might have dreamt of when you were a kid, right? So it's no problem. Just fulfill these requirements as a minimum, right? And this is the first thing that will get you through it. And the next is a clean code, right? Clean code is definitely something that I'll be paying attention to. So first of all, when I'm saying that your project might get selected, then the only case when it does not get selected is if I mail you back and I tell you to change this one small thing and send me the project again, right? So any work that you do will not go waste. I can assure you of that. Max that can happen is that you can be told to like add something to it or like change something. So if your code is decent, clean enough, then it's like you can like it will be I'll be a little lenient in the clean code thing because this is your first app. But if it is becoming too messy and it's becoming very very difficult to understand, then I can definitely tell you to change it to something more clean and modularized like we have done in Blogify, right? So that is something that I will definitely look for. And the next, which is actually obviously not very mandatory, is innovation. So try to innovate as much as you can. These are just the basic requirements. Add new features, add new things, and add whatever you want, right? Or like add new kind of views, add new kind of styling. Just innovate, right? Obviously, this is not something that I will be judging on. If even if you have not innovated and you've just added these features and you have a clean code, then you're good to go. You have your certificate. But the thing is that the more the innovation, the more I can see your hard work, right? And then I can be lenient on these other factors. So if you're not doing anything innovative, then I have to stick 100% to all of these, right? And then I'll have to stick 100% to the clean code. That your code should be as it is, as like it was in the Blogify, if not better, right? But if I've innovated a lot, then I might work with moderately clean code too, right? So I hope you see what I'm talking about here. So these are all the things that I want you to do, right? This is the description of the project. And now the next thing is how do you actually share your project, right? So of course you will have to host it on Heroku. And then what you need to do is you need to make a GitHub repository for all your code, right? Make it a public repository and add all your code in there. Make a README file in that. And inside the README file, add the link to your website. And if you think you have made your navigation a little complex and it is not something that I'll be able to get in the very first look, then probably put some instructions down there in the README, right? So and then what you have to do is you have to share that README and add me as a collaborator, not my personal ID. I'm sure you might have seen my personal ID until now. We've used it a lot. So the GitHub ID that we formed for the demo, right? The AAF Web Dev ID, you have to add that as a collaborator, right? And then I will see your code. I'll see how this is working. I'll see your site, and then you'll receive a mail stating a result in a few days, right? So that's how we're going to proceed. And about the GitHub repository, in the README, I'm expecting two things as basics. One is the link of your website, of course, and next is a feedback to the course. And honestly, I would like a very, very honest feedback because this is my first time teaching something. I've developed a lot, but I've not taught somebody development until now. So I would actually like to get some really good feedback about how the course went and what if you felt that something was a little less explained or if I was being too explanative on something, then just write it down there and write your heart out. Of course, that's not going to cloud my judgment of what's happening, right? And you don't need to worry about that. Just say whatever you want to say in a positive manner, right? Great. So these are the things that I want in the final submission, and that's it, right? So that's basically it. Start working on it. There's no deadline. Do it until whenever you want to do it. Take your time. Just make it really well, right? And don't get scared with anything that I'm saying because it might be seeming like I'm saying that you will not pass in this or you will not. I'll say that okay, change this, but actually I'm not expecting you to make something of very very high production value because you are making first app on your own. So it does not make sense for me to keep really really high expectations. So I will tell you that most of you are going to pass really, really easily. If not all, right? I'm expecting everybody will pass really easily after completing this whole course. But even if you're not, the max that you'll have to do is you'll have to spend 1 or 2 more hours to add something that I mail you about. And then you just update that on your GitHub repository and you mail me back. you reply to me on that mail, and I will check that yet again, right? Or somebody else will, but your thing will be checked definitely. Great. So stay chill for this and just do this for fun, do this for practice, and certificates will just keep coming, right? But if you have learned to actually build this site on your own, then you've done really good, right? Great. So that's basically all. And normally I would say that I'll see you in the next video, but of course I'll not see you in the next video. So this is where we end the course, and this is where we end. So it's been great, and I'll see you. Bye.